And we're back. Another episode of Cooking with Clem. Clem Dabney, how you doing, my man?
Doing pretty good. So today we've got, for today's episode, we're going to be doing like a maple sugar coated bacon bite. So what you need for this is you need some thick cut bacon, and you're going to roll it
like a joint.
And then you're going to end up, we're putting it in the air fryer today. I usually bake these at home, and then I'll finish them on a flat top. So basically we're going to, roll up our bacon.
You almost get them into like a nug.
Yeah, because bacon, we should call them bacon nugs.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, so
that's the only reason why I'm here.
Make your nice little bacon nug, get it rolled, then you're going to cook it in the air fryer. You want thick cut bacon. We're going to cook it or bake it at 400 degrees.
What I like about cooking with air fryers is you can smell it. You can smell it coming. Mm-hmm. You can smell what that air fryer's cooking. And I also like that they don't take so long. But if you do have the time, it's probably more fun to bake it in an oven versus an air fryer.
Yep, yeah. I personally like baking on an air fryer and then finishing on like a skillet.
And then you finish the nug on a skillet. So do you like finish around each of the sides in a way?
Yep. So we're gonna use a little baster to coat on Dijon mustard on both sides, or one side at a time.
Sure.
We'll do Dijon mustard, put some maple sugar on top, and then on the flat top of the griddle, we're gonna caramelize that maple sugar.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll do the same thing to the other side, flip them. So they're like, yeah.
So I'm familiar with maple syrup. I'm familiar with sugar. How do you get to maple sugar?
So maple can be processed into like a few different products. So like maple candies, maple cream, and also maple sugar. So like when you make candies or cream, actually making candies and cream is very similar. So you're cooking the syrup up to a certain set point, and then for candies you start agitating it immediately and then get it in a mold. For cream, you're cooking it to a set temperature, and then you crash cool it in like an ice bath and churn it. So you're making really tiny seed crystals that make like a spreadable product. You could think Nutella or peanut butter.
And you have to flash freeze to get that consistency with creams?
So I wouldn't say you're like freezing it, but you're like crash cooling it to like 60 or 70 degrees, and then starting to churn it. If you get it too cool, it's like impossible to churn.
And how much have you learned about candy cooking, just probably in like the last 2 years, like through your job as chief science officer? Have you been exposed to a lot more in the kitchen?
I definitely have been, yeah. So yeah, as chief science officer at Superior Molecular and then at Retro Bakery, yeah, I've got to make everything from hard candies to gummies to enemas to sugars.
Yeah, I mean, Retro Bakery is known as the Willy Wonka of Minnesota cannabis, so I'm sure you're exposed to a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we get to do everything. It's really cool, we've been finally able to get a bunch of cool new toys. We've got fancy mixers. We've got almost basically like a still beverage production facility. Wow. We added spray drying technology so we can make cannabinoid powders. We've got a high pressure homogenizer where we can make water soluble cannabinoids, which end up in beverages and any kind of liquid beverage. We've got the liquid cannabinoids, and then for any dry goods, we've got the powders.
CSOs love those new toys, those new manufacturing toys.
Give me a toy. Let me come up with an SOP, and then let other people do it every day.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, that's what you put the chief in. You put the chief in chief science officer.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're just gonna let this cook until it gets done. We're baking it right now at 400. I can hear the fats dripping now, but I think we'll take a little pause here, and then we're gonna start doing another recipe from the Doc Dab's collection.
All right, we're gonna put the T in THC, and we're back. Another episode of the Northern Lights Podcast, special edition, Cooking with Clem.
Hey, so now we're gonna work on probably the most detailed, complex, and mind-boggling recipe that we have.
I don't even know where to start with this one.
Oh man! So this is we're gonna be cooking tea. So we're making tea. So we make at Dr. Dab's. We make a morning, a daytime, and a nighttime tea blend. So our nighttime tea won CBD's Most Innovative at the 2023 Legacy Cup. So that's like a CBN, CBD, THC product.
Nice.
So today we're going to showcase our morning tea.
Yes.
So it's an organic black tea with lemon peel, mango, chaga, lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi. And it's got 5 milligrams of THC and 50 milligrams of CBG.
Wow.
So yeah, when we first were making our teas, we would have them just bagged up, 50 grams of tea, or no, it's 17.5 grams of tea with whatever milligrams of cannabinoid. And we'd have a tea ball in there and a scoop, so they could scoop their serving into the tea ball. But now we've evolved and we're making tea bags. Thanks to the Minnesota Department of Health. They came cracking down on us.
So nice of them to add more packaging to your product.
I know. Thanks to the Minnesota Department of Health.
That's great.
So now we have single serving, sexy tea bags.
Because Lord knows you couldn't put 2 bags in one tea.
Exactly. Yeah. No more than one serving now. So yeah, right now we've got a tea maker. We've turned it on to black/herbal tea, which is about 205 degrees.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you had 3 varieties of teas.
Yeah. We tried to formulate, one that's good for nighttime, one that's good for the morning, and then one kind of daytime formulation with different types of tea. So like the nighttime's an herbal tea, so that's lavender and chamomile flowers. Whereas the morning time you maybe need a little bit of caffeine, so we've got a black tea.
Yeah. Is the nighttime tea your most popular?
So far, it is the most popular. That's probably our second most popular product right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard from other people that the daytime, nighttime varieties that they have, that the nighttime is more popular, that it tends to be that people are buying these products for sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes sense. Although I kind of like the morning stuff too. I like that jittery jolt.
Yeah, I need to get going. Like I'm a slow riser.
Sure.
I'm a night owl and definitely a slow riser. So the morning tea is really good for me, just to get me going.
When you're consuming cannabis at nighttime, what's your preferred method?
I guess I prefer to smoke cannabis at nighttime.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that's probably most my preferred method that I use most often.
But for others, it might be the nighttime tea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I'm going to watch this just heat up, if you don't mind.
was in an episode of Nardwuar for a second there.
Oh man, I do love Nardwuar. Nardwuar.
Nardwuar. Do.
The Nardwuar rabbit hole is like, it's such a fun one to go down. Like you just keep finding like more and more episodes of your favorite musicians, and you're like, man.
That's a really cool way to like learn about quality musicians too. Like, I think that most of his interviews are with really intensely talented people.
Yeah.
So it's just like you can just get down that rabbit hole of learning about.
And he's takes such a personal approach that sometimes they get mad.
Yeah. How'd you know about that? It's like
it'd be like if I came to you and like just out of the blue and I just like started asking you about some like Bloomington shit that I like that you would have like how does Steve know anything about Bloomington?
Yeah.
Like
you were going to this roast beef shop or whatever.
Yeah. Your dog Dabs. Of course we need to know about this.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, our water's ready. We've reached 205.
Assortment. Oh, say that again.
So our water's ready. We've reached 205. This is probably the hardest recipe of the day.
So tell me, where did you come up with this one?
We made 5 cups of water. So we're going to add 5 bags of tea.
Nice. And I'm going to look at this again, but you said what's the ratio on this? It's
5 milligrams of THC to 50 milligrams of CBG.
Wow. And so then inside of our teapot here, we have 25 milligrams of THC and 250 milligrams of CBG.
Exactly.
Wow. I didn't even know that was compliant to the Minnesota Department of Health. As far as CBG goes, I didn't know.
I hope so.
Yeah. It is? Okay, cool.
Okay,
yeah. Cool. Well, I got to start buying this product because I love my CBG. I do.
Yeah, we got to love this in-between time with the temporary rules where future, maybe like 3-4 years from now, that kind of thing won't be allowed. But,
okay.
The laws change every so often. So I've heard.
I think you know. Should we serve it up?
Yeah, I think we probably have about 1 more minute.
Okay.
And then, so we're steeping for 3 minutes. And then we'll pour it up.
So about 3 minutes on the steep is what you recommend for the tea bags.
Yep. About 205, 212.
Yeah, I like that your tea maker has different settings for the type of tea that it is. I think the more that you learn about tea, the deeper you can really understand. Like there's a whole ritual and ceremony around tea that a lot of people in America probably don't even realize.
Yeah. It's cool to think. Yeah, because we don't have many products where we're like doing extraction at home. Tea is like,
That's a great way to look at it. Yeah.
It's a version of extraction.
Right. Yeah.
So I think we're probably there.
Okay.
Let's pour some cups.
And the flavor profile that we're expecting here, it's a black tea, you said?
Yep. A black tea with mango and lemon.
Mango and lemon. Okay. It's been fun as the podcast has evolved. We've really taken it up a level with trying products and just, we used to take like one gummy at a time, and now we're doing like 7 course options on the podcast. It's been a lot of fun.
Cool, man. And, we can throw in some maple syrup in here if you want, or just try it without any sweetener.
Check mine out.
Just gonna let that cool down right now.
It's very hot.
The aroma is incredible. Like I can just smell the mango coming off of there. That's really good.
Yeah, thank you.
I just found at the grocery store the other day red mango.
Red mango.
Yeah, I'm used to the yellow mango.
Oh, the Alfonsos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the red mango's a little bigger. I'm excited to peel it up and try the flavor difference. Yeah. Shout out to the Mississippi market.
Mississippi market in the house.
Organic.
So we kind of talked about it earlier, but so when is the next Canna Connect?
Well, fuck, man, it's on Saturday. It's coming up. It's April 6th, and I'm launching a beverage the night before at Modest.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna have to be there.
Have you ever done that?
I have actually launched a beverage with Modest. We used to make what was called a blazed maple soda.
Yeah, that's right. And so did you use like your actual maple syrup in the beverage?
We did, yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, it ends up kind of like a maple flavored cream soda.
Maple flavored cream soda.
Yeah. Like there's a creaminess. It doesn't taste like cream, but there's like that creaminess mouthfeel you get from a cream soda.
Oh, yeah.
Or like a root beer. There's just like the je ne sais quoi. That's what's cool about it. So what flavor is is the Canna Connect beverage?
So you'll appreciate this, right? You know a little bit about my background. I wanted to go for like something close to cold pressed juice to honor kind of my previous life. And so it's an apple, lemon, ginger flavor, which is one of my favorite cold pressed juices. And I learned making juices with Kamal. So it's an ALG THC seltzer, or apple, lemon, ginger THC seltzer. And then we've got natural terpenes in there from Finnegan's Farms.
Fire. Shout out Patrick Finnegan.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan, so I had to mention that. And from what I've heard, and I've had a few of the flavors, or I've had a few cans so far, like having that terpene mix to go along with the flavors, like it complements the apple, lemon, ginger. We could have went a little stronger on the ginger, but that's because I love ginger. Like not everyone has that palate.
Yep.
So
I'm a huge ginger fan.
Yeah.
Ginger. What's the formulation on it?
So it's called 4-Canna because it's got 4 cannabinoids. And we went with 4 milligrams THC, 4 milligrams CBD, 4 milligrams CBD, 4 milligrams CBC.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
The entourage effect.
I'm a big fan.
So let's check on our bacon. Ooh, I think we're just about there on that.
The tea's good.
Yeah. Still a little warm.
There's a new word, like there's a new slang, like everybody's saying tea. Yeah, so like I don't know, we got to play onto that with your product. Yeah,
we should. Yeah. What's it slang for? Oh, like T for THC.
I think it's more bizarre than that. I'm gonna have to ask a Gen Z. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting old too.
Are you talking about people like spilling the tea? Like,
yeah, it's an evolution of that.
okay. All right.
Mhm.
Oh, these kids these days.
It's hard to keep up. Damn that bacon smells good. The funny thing, like I like bacon, I love the smell of it and all that, but like I'm pretty pesky when it comes to like I prefer just to eat the muscle and not so much the fat.
Yep.
But I date the butcher's daughter and I get a lot of schlack at home because like she grew up just eating like and enjoying the whole mouthfeel of it all, you know?
Yep.
So when I go home to my fiance's parents, they're always just kind of giving me the side eye, like, oh, this guy's so picky. Like, you know, and I mean, I eat it, but I just prefer that chewiness of the muscle and not the fat.
I agree. Yeah. It took me a very long time to start eating fat on bacon. I think it was like once I started like getting older and having really good steaks.
Yeah.
Like having that beef fat, like if you like caramelize it like perfectly, there's just not much better than a bite of mixed muscle and beef fat.
I got to tell you, like, Canna Connect is cool, and we're going to keep growing these events across Minnesota, but my real dream with legalization, maybe 2025, is weed and Wagyu.
Weed and Wagyu, yeah.
I think we've talked about this,
in the past,
late after a cannabis college class, and, like, I've got the plug on both, you know, so, like, we gotta make it happen in 2025.
Cool. I mean, yeah, maybe that's a Canna Connect Doc Dabs collab is like a steak seasoning.
Right. Yeah. Oh, a steak seasoning. Yeah. Why not? You're doing a great job with all these other products. That's really good tea, Clem. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah, thank you very much. So now, yeah, we're going to pull either if you're doing it at home, maybe out of your air fryer, out of the oven.
So it's already cooked at home now. And what we're doing here is just crisping it up and really adding those finishing touches to make it more of a special nug. This is kind of like adding keef to the joint. I mean, we could eat the bacon right now, but it's not infused yet. So we got to layer some Dijon mustard on there so that it has what we were talking about is that maple sugar. So the maple sugar has something to grasp onto, and then we'll be able to lay some maple sugar on top of the mustard, on top of the bacon nug. And overall, like, do you have like a Finnish name for this kind of a food?
I don't. I just called it, maple sugar bacon.
Wow. Yeah.
But I do like the bacon nugs.
The bacon nugs with added keef sugar.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sitting on quite a bit of CBG keef. Could have brought some of that today. I never think to use my CBG keef.
I think CBG is definitely underemployed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Press the keef.
All right, so basically, brushed on some Dijon mustard.
Okay.
Now,
That's a good flavor profile to go with the bacon.
and now
Ooh.
pouring on some of that maple sugar. So, 5 milligrams per pack.
Couple milligrams per nug.
Yep, a couple millies a nug.
This is fun. I mean, I can already just looking at the bacon, I can already tell how fun it's going to be to eat. And how often do you like to get into the kitchen, Clem, when you're not working at Retro Bakery?
I'd probably say, I don't know, 3/4 of the days I probably
Yeah,
try to cook at least a meal or two.
sure. Do you have any favorite breakfasts that you like to cook?
One of them that we made in an episode of the Cooking with Clem podcast is I like making Bergrier pancakes.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. I had never heard of those. So that was on an earlier episode. I wasn't here for it, but what is what makes those pancakes special?
So what makes those special is that you're using yeast to kind of pop up and create little bubbles within the batter,
Okay,
and then
cool.
and you only cook them on one side. But one like I guess I'd call it the marketable feature of Bergrier is that since it creates all these tiny little bubbles, it's like space for your sweetener to go into. So if you put honey on them, that's how they're traditionally done. But we used, infused maple syrup.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, it
You
makes
could probably use this thing now.
yeah, I should use that thing. I'm using my hands.
If you want to learn how to make those, you actually can go back and check out that episode. Clem himself teaches you how to make them.
And
Highly
that-
recommend.
That's on the Minnesota Cannabis College YouTube channel.
Minnesota Cannabis College YouTube channel. Yeah.
Wow.
Check it on Northern Lights Podcast. It's going to be great.
Some comments about bare-fisting the bacon.
Bare fisting. You got to give me the recipe on how you made this tea. This was really good.
Definitely, yeah.
Wow. So this is nice bacon nugs finished with Dijon mustard and maple sugar. And this is all things that you can make at home using Doc Dab's maple sugar.
Yeah, we'll let these stand and cool down before we give them a try.
Yeah, absolutely.
While we're waiting for them to cool, should we go grab some of our friends from the Dabbler Depot, see if they want to try them?
Yeah, I think at least one or two friends would love to try one of these.
We'll go grab them.
Oh, yeah. Grab all the friends. And we're back with the Dabbler Depot crew.
So we're back with the Dabbler Depot crew. So right now we're calling these bacon nugs. So it's we baked bacon at 400, very thick cut bacon in the air fryer today, or you could do it in your oven at home.
Rolled it up like a joint.
Rolled it like a joint. Yeah, cooked it till they got crispy on the outside, and then we broke out our griddle. We coated them with Dijon mustard, and then topped them with Doc Dab's maple sugar to get that nice caramelization on the outside of these bacon nugs.
Baby.
Dig in, Will. Let's see it.
See you, Will. Yeah, happily. Oh my god.
I'm going to join you.
It was like crispy, fatty, sweet. You got a little bit.
I like the all over the place, the flavor. It's
Yeah,
just
it really is, but it's all playing really well together. It's got that like sweet savory combo. Like, wow.
it's like a
That is
party in my mouth.
fantastic, y'all. Wow.
You guys bacon fans?
Big bacon fans.
Sure. Yeah. This is yummy. How long you been doing bacon nugs?
Actually, not very long.
That's cool. I've never rolled it like this. I've rolled things around bacon, but I've never just rolled bacon.
I was in an Instagram rabbit hole. And I came across this, and I was like, I gotta try that out.
Oh, that is the best. Kale showed me this other Instagram rabbit hole he went down recently of finding this guy that does terrariums for a living.
Yeah.
And it's like you just jump down those holes and you're in it for like 6 hours and you're like, wow, this guy has ladybugs that he's had for years. It's just crazy to whenever you jump down those things and then you find these
Delicious
bacon nugs.
Nugs.
Super cool. So, what? So this is with your Doc Dab's new maple sugar. And so, how'd you get it this fine? Normally, when I think of sugar, I think of like a little bit like chunkier.
I use I guess I basically pulverize it and then sieve it.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Sweet. So you can get that even like texture as well and consistency.
Exactly.
That's sweet.
Yeah, because if you add that to anything hot, now it'll dissolve real easy.
You're a food scientist.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you better pull that.
That
away
just
from us.
disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us on another episode of Cooking with Clem.
Holy shit, y'all. That's so good.
That's fun.